Favourite moment of the jump season? Well, it is a bit of an oddity. Not a race, but the aftermath to one. When Splash of Ginge won the Victor Gold Cup back in November at Cheltenham. It was ridden by Tom Bellamy, and he'd been a ride of Ryan Hatches, who at the time we all kind of knew wasn't going to ride in races again, and owned, of course, by John Neild, that very ebullient Scouser, whose Neild's Army come down and celebrate when they have a Cheltenham winner for days and days and days in the pub at Guiting Power, the Hollow Bottom, famous racing hostelry. And as Neild was called up to get that trophy for Splash of Ginge, he beckoned to Ryan Hatch and said, "You come up with me, you made this horse, he's your ride." And it was a very emotional moment. Tom Bellamy, who shares a house with Ryan, he was in tears, lots of the other young lads were. But Neild, thinking of someone else than himself, I thought marked him out as a remarkable man. Most owners, when they won a big race, they're thinking, me, me, me. He was thinking about Ryan Hatch.
Well, I'm not sure it would count as a highlight for some, but the happenings in the Growwise Novice Chase here at Punchestown on Tuesday, with everything surrounding album photo and Paul Townend, etc., was certainly memorable. But what was even more memorable was the way Paul Townend came out on Wednesday to answer his detractors, plenty of whom there were on social media overnight. And of course, Willie Mullins with the 6 winners here on Wednesday would count as a highlight. I think it was a marvellous couple of days at Punchestown in more ways than one. And I think as an end of season highlight, or as a highlight for the entire season, it would take some beating.
My favourite jumps moment of the season was at Cheltenham when Mr. Whittaker scored a last gasp victory. He was a horse that had been on the improve earlier on in the season, and after a bit of a luckless week in the punting stakes for me, he capped it off.
My jumps moment of the season actually came from a losing bet in the Champion Chase. I was all over Min, thought he'd run very well. And for 3/4 of the race, I thought I had the money in the bag. Altior was struggling, didn't seem to be going very well, and didn't look like winning. But all of a sudden, the complexion of the race changed, turning for home. Altior was pulled out into the open, produced a magnificent burst up the hill in horrible tiring ground to win easily, and my min bet was sunk within seconds. It was a great performance and one that will live long in the memory.
Favourite moment of the jump season? Just pipping Tiger Roll on a season that warmed up right towards the end when we needed to. Punchestown Festival, Undersow's win from the front, seeing off Douvan. Everyone thought Douvan was going to come back after that Champion Chase effort, but Undersow just doesn't know when he's beaten, does he? Patrick Mullins, what a ride, take a bow, the dynamite Undersow.
The highlight of the entire jump season for me was Sam Crowe winning the Ballymore Novices Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. For a horse to go into a race with such a huge reputation, he simply had to deliver, and boy did he deliver. He is the one young horse that everybody in Ireland has been talking about for so long. The pressure was on, and he lived up to all the hype. For me, Sam Crowe winning the Ballymore Novices Hurdle was brilliant.